All right. So it has been a couple years since my last upload. Um, Basically, I just wasn't getting much response from my channel. I was getting a lot more response on Medium, and I still have a bunch of articles there. And I haven't been doing very much for a while. I've done a little bit, but um, yeah, life. Um, I find it very humorous when people go ahead and say they checked my page and it's garbage, and I'm like, well, I haven't been doing anything for 2 freaking years. Like, look at the dates. But it's kind of one of those. You want a modern show of mental illness. People post something and people will respond to it years later and be like, you're wrong, you're full of crap. And it's like, well, you know what? Um, I've changed since then. Have I changed everything? No. Most of us are never going to change everything about us, even if we were given an entire lifetime to. But we do change over time. And um, I think part of the reason why a lot of people get hung up on this is because we live in a very uh, man, I don't even know what to call it. Um, we live in a society now where basically as soon as something makes you look bad or could make you look bad, you get rid of it. I don't do that. I like to have kind of a paper trail of where I've been to where I'm going, and that's part of the reason why the videos that I've been doing before now are just gonna stay there and be evidence and whatnot. We don't start making it immediately. It takes work. So, but yeah, this is my return. There were a couple reasons why I got off, and one of them I already shared. But another one is because I was trying to keep a theme. And there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to make videos on, but just didn't fit the theme. And I've decided to just ditch that. And another reason was because my cloud account was full and I couldn't figure that out. So, uh, it kind of shows my tech savviness there. But, at the same time, everything here is via phone. I don't use a computer. I don't have any professional equipment. None of that. This is just raw. So, yeah, is what it is. Um, it makes certain things a little bit harder. Um, but um, but this is the way that I prefer it. So beyond that, um, my channel has recently changed its name, and um, it's kind of a reflection, a rebranding, a repurposing um, of my channel. And part of what I wanted to go ahead and change was I did want to go ahead and change the theme because when you talk about one thing over and over and over again, people start thinking that your entire life revolves around that, because God forbid that you have a life outside of what you do online. I mean, that's the reason why I haven't been posting for 2 years. I've been just doing life. I've had a girlfriend for the first time in my life for the last 2 years. We're doing awesome. And life's been pretty crazy on top of it all. And just haven't had the time. So, but earlier this year, I severely sprained both of my knees, and that's taken almost 8 months to heal from. Luckily, I was able to avoid surgery. But kind of taught me a lesson about working too much because that's how I got injured. It's very hilly where I am now, and getting in and out of a low sitting vehicle on those hills, man, it jacks your knees up something fierce. So, um, slowed down, and I'm taking a little bit more time to do stuff now. Um, and that frees up a little bit for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little bit more of a try. Basically, it's still gonna have a constant message as it pertains to mental illness and understanding it, and um, hopefully giving some uh, better descriptions and tools, and if nothing else, just having somebody else to share with, ask questions, whatever. And so it's still going to have that content, but there's a lot of other things, a lot of other different hobbies and irritations and um, various things of that nature that, sorry, just ate, um, that I also want to go ahead and cover, that I've been wanting to make videos on. And I'm going to be throwing those in as well. And hopefully, those will start attracting some more people to some of the mental health videos. Um, and hopefully, it'll help with the people that we're already following to see that actually I do have more of a life than just what you see in those videos. Just those one topic that I keep on trying to help with. The only reason why I focus so much on mental health is because um, I have suffered from mental illness for so long, and I have been able to come out the other side of it, and it's been one of the best things in the world that I've ever, accomplished, that I've ever done, and I wish I had gotten there a little bit sooner. I wish I had had some help. Unfortunately, the help that I had was completely useless every time I tried to get some help. And so I never really got the help that I needed. I had to just kind of figure it all out by myself. And so I'm hoping that people don't have to do that so much. I'm trying to be helpful, any way that I can. Because, yeah, life's a lot better now than it was back then. So um, it's still going to have that content, but like, I like Nerf. I like cooking. I like, um, watching YouTube videos and playing mobile games. Um, I have been a part of a whole bunch of different professions over the years, and I've seen a lot of dumb shit, and I've seen a lot of cool stuff along the way as well. So I want to go ahead and try to share some of that with you guys. Some things that I've spent money on that shouldn't be spent money on, um, or you be the judge. But some things that I've just noticed aren't covered so much. Things that I wish I would have learned sooner, um, and yeah, we'll go from there. I am going to start monetizing whenever I can. It's kind of a process. I thought it would be a lot simpler than it is, but it's a little more complicated than just flip this tab and now your video is monetized. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that at some point. Just FYI, if you are someone who is extremely bothered by ads, you could go ahead and watch YouTube via Brave and the Brave browser that will block ads even on YouTube. So um, that's an option. Uh, but I mean, something that I've learned over uh, the last few years that I should have been smart enough. We all should be smart enough to understand, but a lot of the most intelligent people out there don't. Um, and that is when you share intellectual property, when you share insights and wisdom and knowledge freely, you actually lower the value of yourself and of others of intelligence. Part of the reason why we used to really value intelligence, then the internet came along and we basically stopped valuing intelligence completely. Now, I'm not saying that we've always been the most valuing of intelligence. There's a long, long history of extremely intelligent people getting shafted really badly. Um, but we need to be asking more for what we're putting out there, even with the best of intentions. Um, my Medium site, I'm not going to be monetizing that. So, also if you enjoy reading, you can go ahead and check out Medium. A Google corporation, and they do charge for you to read more than, like, I think one article per month or something like that. It doesn't cost very much though for you to have full access to the platform, and you can write as much as you want. But there's not the same workaround for Medium as there is for YouTube. So yeah, that's kind of the direction that I'm going with this. Um, and we'll kind of see what happens. So this has been a lot longer than I was expecting this video to be at this point. So that's going to be it for this video. Future videos are going to be a lot shorter, but just in case you were wondering what the change up was all about, um, yeah, that's basically what it's about. Now my channel's named K.I.S.S, the acronym for Keep It Simple Stupid. I've loved that ever since my dad for sure shared that with me. Um, I've got dyslexia, so sometimes I'll be like said, but I'll say sure, and it just I think the words clearly, but I can't necessarily say what I'm thinking. Other things get in the way sometimes. So, but I'm, like I said, I'm not editing it. The new motto is keep it simple, stupid. So we're gonna keep it simple and very real, and we'll just go from there. But I renamed it that because it's perfect in a whole bunch of ways for what I'm about to do, and my username, if you have want to reach out to me. Also, it is still neutral 768. Same as it's been, and I'm gonna keep it that way because I want I want to make sure there's some consistency in the change. So that's a way that I can kind of remember my old channel while I'm moving forward with my new channel or my new format. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Like I said, future videos are gonna be a lot shorter, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. Thanks for tuning in.